let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming today. This is Second Life to Lunch. Thank you for our guests for coming. In case you don't know me, I'm Kit Umscheid, and I'm a graphic designer here at Kirkwood Community College in the marketing department. I've been exploring Second Life since the summer of last year. We do have a photo release form in the back. It seems kind of strange we're taping Second Life, but it also covers the audio if you ask any questions. We have a sheet at the back of the room about how to join our group if you're interested, and other information about our Second Life group. For the benefit of our guests, I think a short explanation of Second Life might be helpful. Second Life is described on their website as an online 3D virtual world imagined and created by its residents. The platform of Second Life provides bare land and your basic avatar, which you can see Ramesh here. This is his avatar, it's representation of himself. You'll be in today's meeting from the viewpoint of my avatar. This is me right here, Kit Umscheid Writer. When you sign up, you have to choose from a list of last names, and then you choose your first name, which I chose to use my full name. Everything you see, from the clothing, the buildings, the cars, the objects, were all created by a resident that signed up for Second Life. The best way to describe Second Life, I think, though, is to show how Second Life works. So I'm glad that you came today, because this should be a very good representation. For the benefit of our guide, I'd like to quickly go around the room and ask you to say your name and the department you're from, and what your experience with Second Life has been. Alan, do you want to start?
Sure. My name is Alan Turk. I'm the instructional designer for distance learning online courses. And I've been in Second Life for about 2-3 years now, I think. Just kind of messing around with it a little bit, haven't gone too deep, but yeah.
And I'm Bonnie Kokoski. I'm software trainer here at Kirkwood in a Department of Institutional Effectiveness. And I started using or working with Second Life probably in the fall. I'm just playing around with it, exploring it.
My name is Mina.
Let me see if I can move that for you. Is this a little better? Okay.
My name is Mina Muda, and I'm a multimedia developer at the ATC. I heard about Second Life and read about it, so I know what it is about, but I didn't really sit down to play with it.
Donna Hoppus from the Environmental Training Center, educational programmer, and this is, I have not done anything with it. I just know what it is.
I'm Pat Schroeder from the Environmental Training Center, and my only knowledge of Second Life is what I've seen on some popular TV shows. I have no personal experience with it.
Cynthia Root, supervisor at the Environmental Training Center. Just know what it is, but never played with it.
That's everyone. Today we have a special guest.
You need to speak up.
Oh. I've been told that many times. Today we have a special guest, and I'm going to try not to butcher his name. I'm terrible with that. Rameshsharma Ramloll. Should we call you Ramesh? Thank you. Is joining us today via speakerphone and Second Life. This is his avatar.
Hi Kit, is it possible for you to summarize a little bit what was said by the last person?
Last person.
The last person?
Summarize what was said by the last person. That's what he's
The last
asking.
person, I actually couldn't hear at all.
Oh, he wasn't able to hear?
Who was speaking. So
I can barely hear him too. My name is Cynthia Root. I'm supervisor at the Environmental Training Center at Kirkwood. I know what Second Life is, but I've never gone in and played with it.
able to hear?
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so...
Let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about Ramesh's background. He holds degrees in computer science and engineering from Indian Institute of Technology in India, and a PhD in computer science from the University of Lancaster. His research interests include user interface design, computer-supported cooperative work, telemedicine applications, computer-based assistive technology applications, distance learning, and simulation technologies. He's had the opportunity to work on related projects at the University of Lancaster, University of Glasgow, and the National Rehabilitation Hospital in Washington, D.C. He's currently at the Institute of Rural Health, Idaho State University, where he's directing the design and deployment of distance learning simulation technologies for the Idaho Bioterrorism Awareness and Preparedness Program. You can find out more about this program at www.ibapp.org, and we'll send that information to you later also. Ramesh, take it away.
Is
Okay.
he a second
Right,
life?
so...
Is he a second
just
life
tell you a little
developer
bit
or
about
is he just-
how I got into Second Life, because I think that's important too. Well, as you see, my background is in computing, and I was developing prior to moving to Idaho State. I was developing virtual environments for rehabilitation, for assistive technology applications. So that's how I got into the world of virtual environments. It's just that I could see a stark difference in the way virtual environments are now being created as compared to how it was created in the past, especially where you would have to use a 3D API and spend a lot of time programming and importing objects at best from 3D drawing packages. Actually, that came fairly late in the stage of progression. Initially, you had to even code the virtual worlds from scratch, and it almost never used to look good, especially if it's being designed by a computer programmer. Well, I mean, even if you have an artistic bent, it's not easy. So what's allowed me to do very easily is to focus straight on the environment itself, and not worry too much about the coding that goes into rendering the environment, or the coding that goes into making the virtual environment multi-user. Right, so, and the other thing that I like with Second Life is that the whole workflow for developing a virtual environment is totally captured within the virtual environment itself. So it's much more than just a virtual environment. It's a social space, it's a collaboration space, and of course you get to develop your little environment, and make it private and have controlled access to it. And this has been an issue for many universities, and even here there was a lot of red flags raised when we started this effort, and it was not easy to actually get things going. In fact, when I first posted a message on the faculty board, I was asked to remove it because it's Second Life is supposed to be a game, and that was just like 2.5 years back. And people are fairly conservative in this region. And there were lots of issues about the racy aspects of Second Life, and all those issues came up, which make things very difficult. But one of the immediate things that I thought I would do was to spend more time focusing inside the environment and working with people who already get it, and spend less time for people who don't get it yet. And what I was able to do is to have a network of individuals interested in emergency preparedness, get together within the environment itself. And in fact, if you go to the worldwideweb.play2train.org site, there is a little link on the top left which says Play2Train Open Content Alliance, and that's how this whole community gave rise to the Open Content Alliance thing that I wanted to talk about here. Is well, everyone who is now interested in not everyone, but potentially interested in emergency preparedness or healthcare training applications, they can actually join this Open Content Alliance, and then we try to introduce Second Life to them and try to shorten the path towards a virtual environment that they could use to pilot anything they want in terms of training. And recently we collaborated with people from Seton Falls University. As you can see, they are in New Jersey. And that's the question I've often asked, why not collaborate with people in Idaho? Well, it's just because I collaborate with people who want to collaborate. And we just, managed to set up a link with the Seton Falls people. They actually were able to develop a scenario which was actually designed to motivate students to take a specific course about risk communication. It was a public health course, and they did an evaluation, and it was actually extremely positive. I mean, if you look at the evaluation that's now has been accepted for a journal publication, is it's public health journal. It's quite interesting. And that small interaction also generated 2 conference papers. So what I wanted to do with this networking within Second Life was to show folks that there is real value in actually adopting an open content model, have people share knowledge. I am focused on the content development side of things, machining and production, the more technical side of things, scripting and that. And when I'm in touch with the people who are subject matter experts, people who've got expertise in the specific subjects, that's related to emergency preparedness or whatever, that's how I hope that those 2 groups come together and we are able to actually develop things very quickly and generate tangible value. I mean, for all the folks involved, and so that's the beginning of the story. And if you go to the Play2Train Open Content Alliance site, you'll find that we've actually given a lot of online demos of this environment, and people have presented conferences and stuff inside this environment itself. And we use this environment for showcasing emergency products, as you will see during the show. So that's how things went. And you can also see a list of our partners or people who are interested in our efforts. And I hope that at the end of this presentation, you will also choose to join our alliance, and we could actually get some collaboration going. Kate, I see that there is only 1 person logged in. Is that in addition to you? So are we going to have 2 logged in person and myself projected on a big screen?
It's possible that someone might come later, but I can teleport them into where we're actually at, so we can go ahead and proceed.